Inner Citadel, a fortress that lives inside each of us. It is the place where we guard our thoughts, choose our actions, and keep our spirits intact. In this script, we walk through 5 stories drawn from the ancient traditions of Stoicism, Vedic India, Norse sagas, and finally, we turn to a philosophical spotlight that will help you construct that citadel in everyday life. By the end, you will have practical tools to bolster self-belief, resilience, and purpose. Chapter 1. The Golden Key of Ambrosia. Long before Greek poets wrote dramatic scenes in Athens, a farmer named Agathon lived on the edge of the Aegean. He would wake before dawn, plow fields, and at night he would look up at the stars, wondering about destiny. One evening, a traveling trader visited the village and spoke of a legendary amulet called the Golden Key of Ambrosia. According to legend, it granted its wearer the courage to face any storm. Agathon asked, "But where can I find it?" The trader answered, "The key is already in you. All you need is the discipline of a Stoic." The tale reminds us that the Stoic motto, know what you have, know what you need, and do not be moved by external changes, is not a distant idea, but a practice found in everyday people like Agathon. The key lies in living a life guided by reason, accepting what is outside control and mastering what is within. Motivational insight. Let the golden key be a symbol of your inner discipline. When external circumstances shift, an unexpected deadline, a sudden change of market conditions, return to the calm center you cultivate daily. The Stoic practice of journaling 3 things you are grateful for, 3 things you can improve on, and a daily affirmation anchors you to the present. Practical example for today. Tonight before bed, write down 1. What 3 moments today fostered clarity? 2. What 1 area shows room for growth? 3. A mantra you can repeat each morning, e.g., I choose my reaction, not my reaction to reactions. Apply this each night, and notice how the next day begins with a deliberate shift of mind, your own golden key in hand. Conclusion. Agathon's journey shows that the most powerful weapon against life's turbulence is self-discipline. By remembering that the key is inside, we free ourselves from the tyranny of external events. Call to action. Like this video, share the story of your own inner key in the comments, and subscribe for more ways to build your inner citadel. Reflective question. What external event has recently shaken you, and how might you respond from the perspective of a Stoic? Chapter 2. The Sage of Sirshti. In ancient India, a wandering sage named Vyasa trekked through the plains of Kuru to find a student who could carry forward the sacred chants. He finally met a young man, Sarvesh, whose mind was a storm of doubt. Vyasa asked him, "What is the purpose of your life?" Sarvesh replied that he wanted to understand the world, but could not decide which path to take. Vyasa taught Sarvesh the timeless Vedic principle that self-belief is the engine of destiny. He said, "You are a vessel, fill it with the truth of your own potential. The universe does not choose for you, you choose what feels in your heart." The sage showed him a simple meditation. Hold a candle, focus on the flame, and breathe. As the flame steadied, Sarvesh's doubts dimmed, and he knew that self-belief can ignite purpose. Motivational insight. The Vedic tradition teaches that purpose emerges from self-awareness. Your inner citadel is anchored when you understand who you are and what you genuinely want. The wisdom of Vyasa reminds us that to grow, first accept your own truth. Practical example for today. Set up a 5-minute candle meditation in your workplace or home. 1. Light a candle or lightest of incense. 2. Focus on its glow. 3. Breath slowly and let doubt slip. 4. Repeat once, my purpose is a fire that I feed with daily action. When you feel overwhelmed, return to this ritual. Over time, self-belief will strengthen like the steady flame. Conclusion. Vyasa's lesson tells us that self-belief is not a luxury, it is the keystone of a purposeful life. When we fill the vessel of our minds with authenticity, destiny follows. Call to action. If you found this meditation useful, like and share, and follow for more Vedic insights to help you build inner strength. Reflective question. What is one truth about yourself that you have long withheld from others or yourself? And how could embracing it transform your next big decision? Chapter 3. The Battle of Freya's Fort. In Norse lore, the god Freya defended a citadel that stood against the chaotic giants of Jotunheim. The tale begins when a giant named Skorth attacked Freya's fortress, breaking its walls. Freya, however, did not fight the giant head-on. Instead, he invited Skorth to a feast, listened to his grievances, and then offered a peaceful solution. With wisdom, he turned a potential battlefield into a council. Freya's approach mirrors the Norse proverb that the wise man knows when to strike and when to listen. Every obstacle in our entrepreneurial journey can be seen as a giant threatening our citadel. Freya's strategy reminds us that sometimes the strongest defense is understanding and dialogue rather than confrontation. Motivational insight. In business or personal ambition, the urge to react strongly can deplete energy. Cultivating the skill to pause, assess, and respond strategically preserves your fortress's integrity. Practical example for today. An email or meeting that threatens to derail your project. 1. Take a 5-minute pause before replying. 2. Ask yourself, what is the root of this conflict? 3. Offer a solution that satisfies both sides. If the discussion begins to feel like a battle, rewrite it as a dialogue. You become the defender who chooses his strategies. Conclusion. Freya's Citadel teaches that the internal citadel is best protected by the calm of measured responses, not the heat of impulsive fights. Call to action. Like this story if you value thoughtful strategy. Share your own Freya tactics in the comments and subscribe to stay connected for more wisdom. Reflective question. Recall a recent conflict. How could a strategy of listening rather than reacting turn the tide in your favor? Philosophy spotlight. Vedanta, the light of self-bodhi. Vedic philosophy, particularly the teachings of the Bhagavad Gita, delivers a straightforward yet profound message. Know yourself, know the divine within, and act with duty. According to the Gita, the highest wisdom is understanding the nature of existence and realizing the self's boundless potential. Krishna, a wise mentor to Arjuna, says, "You are never born and never do die and therefore should not feel emotional." This ancient wisdom translates into a set of simple principles for the modern world. 3 key lessons. 1. Identity over identity shifts. Your fundamental essence does not change with circumstances. In the fast-paced corporate world, project demands shift, roles change, but your core values, who you truly are, remain. Focusing on your intrinsic values gives clarity when pivoting. 2. Duty over fear. The Gita emphasizes karma yoga, the yoga of righteous action. It counsels us to pursue responsibilities with full effort, ignoring fear of outcomes. In everyday life, this means acting honestly, regardless of whether success or failure is immediately visible. 3. Detachment from results. When we detach our happiness from the outcome, we maintain equilibrium. In business, this might mean measuring progress by effort, learning, and values rather than solely by bottom line. The result comes without becoming its master. Connecting to the inner citadel. Vedic thought reminds us that a citadel is not just a wall but a living space where the self resides. When you ground yourself in your essence and practice duty with detachment, you construct a citadel that is both secure and flexible, able to withstand the storm yet adaptive enough to grow. Chapter 4. The Sandwich of Wisdom. Aristotle and his students once debated whether truth is found in the middle ground of extremes. The Greek city of Pherai, known for its balanced cuisine, served sandwiches that combined flavors of sweet and savory, much like Aristotle's doctrine of the golden mean. A young apprentice named Theo struggled with making decisions, either to adopt the risky strategy or to stay safe. The master of Pherai said, "Like a sandwich, combine both extremes. The real flavor emerges only when the two are united." Aristotle's lesson becomes a practical guide. When facing tension, blend options to create a balanced solution. This is the essence of the inner citadel, keeping a calm center by avoiding polar extremes. Motivational insight. Aristotle's golden mean teaches that true strength lies in balance. In business, fear of failure often leads to caution. Ambition without caution leads to rashness. Balance both. Practical example for today. When deciding whether to invest in a startup, ask, what is the middle ground? 1. Determine what risk level feels manageable, say, 20% of your capital. 2. Combine it with a portion for your personal safety net. In your daily life, If you feel torn between working late or spending time with family, create a schedule that lets you do both for a fixed period. You will discover that balance fosters creativity and peace. Conclusion. Just as a sandwich blends flavors, your inner citadel thrives on combining extremes. Your mind becomes an instrument, capable of listening, acting, and harmonizing. Call to action. Like if you love a balanced life. Share your own golden mean decisions in the comment section and subscribe for more ancient insights turned modern hacks. Reflective question. Think of an area where you currently overcompensate. How might you apply the golden mean to find equilibrium? Chapter 5. The Silver Tongue of Elders. In the remote fjords of Norway, an elder known as Atrafen taught a young hunter how to use words like silver to soften harsh winds. He said, "Your tongue is a blade, cutting or healing. Use it to build rather than break." The story captures an essential Stoic truth: the obstacle is the way. Atrafen challenged the hunter's anger in the face of a snatching wolf, suggesting that peace often lies within words we choose. Reflective insight. Your inner citadel is not only shaped by thoughts, but also by language. By mastering the art of constructive communication, you build a fortress that remains unbreached by external criticism. Practical example for today. Every time a difficult conversation arises, pause and say to yourself, "Choose a silver tongue." Practice reframing challenging statements into affirmations. "I disagree" becomes, "I see another perspective." "You're wrong" becomes, "Let's explore this together." Use this approach in your emails, meetings, and personal interactions. Over time, you create a citadel that invites cooperation instead of conflict. Conclusion. Atrafen's lesson reminds us that the hardest walls are made by the tongues that speak to them. Turn that power into silver, and your citadel stands unassailable. Call to action. If you found this story helpful, give it a like, share it with friends, and subscribe. Let's keep building inner citadels together. Reflective question. When was the last time harsh words threatened to breach your inner citadel? What would you have said instead with a silver tongue? Final reflection. You have journeyed through tales of Stoic keys, Vedic candle meditations, Norse counsels, Greek balances, and silver tongues. Your inner citadel now has a multifaceted blueprint. It is built from discipline, self-belief, strategic listening, balance, and wise speech. It will keep you anchored in the face of change and empower your self-belief to rise above adversity. Take these lessons into your daily life. Light a candle for a second pause in chaos. Speak silver in conflict. Balance risky and safe moves. Keep disciplined journaling. Now put your inner citadel to test tonight. Face one challenge with the mindset, tools, and stories we've shared. Thank you for watching. Let's keep growing together. Feel free to share your progress and questions in the comments. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more ancient wisdom transformed into modern action.